Hey, here I am. Here I am. I'm live. It's my birthday show. It's not my birthday, but it's my birthday show. So come on in. Everybody, come on into the show because it's almost time to get wasted. Okay. So come on in, everybody. Doing my birthday show. So welcome aboard, one and all. It's going to be a little different today. Not going to do my usual bullshit. I'm going to do some different bullshit. Okay. So there will be no news because no news is good news. And since it's my birthday weekend, I don't want any bad news. So I'm just gonna do a different kind of show. Okay. So I'm just waiting for the clock to get where it needs to be so that I can get a buzz on for my birthday show. Okay. So we're just kicking back here, waiting for something to happen. Okay. And when it happens, it'll happen. But till then, I'm just going to kick back here and keep announcing this is my birthday show and it's going to be different. There's not going to be any news today because no news is good news. Okay. And that's the way I want it to be. A no news show, a good news show, but it's going to be a different show. And since we're in the last minute of the waiting period here, as soon as I spark this thing up, I'll tell you what's going to be different about this show. Okay? Okay. So we're rapidly approaching that happy time. I'm ready. Believe me, I'm ready. So here we go. Happy 420, everybody. 30 marshmallows getting their souls stretched out. Okay. That happens. Deborah Langley, welcome aboard. And happy 420. Happy 420. Now, I'll tell you what's going to be different about today's show. There will be no news. I'm just going to tell jokes, okay? I decided that's what I wanted to do today is make people laugh and maybe even disgust a few of you, okay? So I'm going to start with a couple I wrote myself, okay? Did you hear about the blonde who thought innuendo was Italian for anal sex? That's my first one. And did you hear the Pope approved the use of condoms, but only if they're holy? Okay. So there you go. Those are my first couple. Those are the ones I wrote. Okay. Now, here's Mrs. Spliffy's favorite joke. Okay. Hey, dog, welcome aboard. I'm not doing any news today. I'm just telling jokes for my birthday. I figured no news is good news. So I'm not doing any news. I'm just making people laugh. So here's Mrs. Spliffy's favorite joke. A woman walks into a hardware store and she says to the clerk, I need a nut exactly like this one here. So he takes it from her and he looks at it and he says, okay, lady, you want a screw for that nut? She says, no, but I'll blow you for that toaster over there. So that's Mrs. Spliffy's favorite joke. So now there's this guy, he's got a pet parrot, and he takes it with him everywhere he goes. So he goes on vacation down to Florida, and he's sitting on the beach reading a book, and he's got the parrot on a perch next to him. And this absolutely gorgeous blonde, all tan and everything, in a bikini comes walking by. Katie, welcome aboard. And thank you for the happy birthday and all the gifts and balloons and beer and all that shit. So anyway, this absolutely gorgeous blonde in a bikini comes walking by, and the parrot goes, "Ah, hi, sweetheart. How's your ass?" And she turns around and says, "Ah, shut up." And the parrot says, "So's mine. Must be the salt water." So that's that one. I hope you're enjoying these, because I enjoy telling them. Okay. Now, there's this fellow with a pet duck. Okay. And he takes this duck everywhere he goes. So he's going to the movies one day, and he's got the duck tucked up under his arm, and he goes up to buy a ticket. And the cashier says, "I'm sorry, but you can't bring that duck into the theater." So he goes around the corner into the alley, and he stuffs the duck down the front of his pants. And he goes up and buys a ticket and goes in and sits down in the theater. These two little old ladies, they come down and they come in and they sit down next to him. And about this time, the duck's getting a little rambunctious. So the guy opens his fly so the duck can get a little air. After a little bit, the one little old lady nudges the other one, and she says, "Did you see that, Mabel?" She says, "Don't pay any attention to him, Gladys. If you've seen one, you've seen them all." She says, "Yeah, but this one's eating my popcorn." 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I need a couple of hits here. And then I'll tell you another one. Here's the clean joke I know. Okay. Here's the clean joke I know. There's this fellow driving along a country road one day, and this farmer's walking along the roadside, and running behind the farmer trying to keep up is a pig with a wooden leg. And the guy stops his car, and he says, the farmer, he says, "How come that pig's only got 3 legs?" And the farmer says, "Oh, this pig here," he says, "this is a great pig. He's my family, and I owe our lives to this pig." He says, "Our house caught fire in the middle of the night, and we were all in bed asleep." He says, "This pig ran squealing through the whole house, jumping on everybody's bed." He says, "We all got out of there before it burned to the ground." He said, "We lost all our possessions, but if it wasn't for this pig, we all surely would have perished in that fire." The guy says, "That's all well and good, but it still doesn't explain why he only has 3 legs." And the farmer said, "Shit, a pig this good, you can't eat them all at once." So that's the only clean joke I know. So that's the best I can do cleanliness wise. Now, if you folks know any jokes, you can jump right in here, you know. Doesn't just have to be me. Now, let's see. What other ones can I think of here? I have some in my mind, but it's too soon to tell them. Okay. Let's see. Everyone's going to think, your doc says, why don't witches wear underwear? Next is, why don't witches wear underwear? Life is a roller coaster, pretty much. Al S. Cooper, welcome aboard. Good to hear from you, Stoney. Better grip on the broom. I see. That's a good one. I like that. So, Stoney, I'm doing a different kind of show today. There's no news is good news. And since it's my birthday weekend, I decided I'm just telling jokes. So after the show, you might want to go back and hear the earlier ones. I got a Pacific Northwest joke I'm saving for later. Now that you're aboard, you'll be interested in that one. Gee, I just told a bunch of gems. You think your grow room got pollinated? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. PNW jokes. I don't know what that means. But it's probably time I told another one. There's this, years ago, this guy's prospecting up in Alaska, in the Yukon, and picks up provisions at the general store and asks the guy at the store, he says, you got any women in this town? And the guy says, no, but we got Weird Willie. And he says, no, I'm sorry. He says, I don't go in for that sort of thing. So he goes out in the field with his provisions and he's prospecting. About a month or so, he comes back into town, pick up some more stuff, and send the guy in the general store. He says, did you get any women in this town yet? The guy says, no, we still don't have any women. He says, but we still got Weird Willie. And he says, no, he says, I truly don't go in for that shit. And he goes back out in the field. And another month or so goes by and he comes into town for provisions and asks the guy at the general store. And he says, you get any women in this town yet? He says, no. He says, but we still got Weird Willie. He says, well, let me ask you something. He says, if I do this thing with Weird Willie, nobody's going to know about it. He says, no, just me, you, Weird Willie, and the other two guys. He says, what other two guys? He says, well, they hold Weird Willie down because he don't go for that shit either. Why did the dolphin cross the bay? To get to the other tide. Okay. And you can pound it, dog, because L.S. Cooper said so. So give Willie a try. Yeah. Wow. The weed of the week is Oz Kush. Okay. and it's 26.56% THC, and it's an indica dominant hybrid. Free Willy. Yeah, I bet you Willie would like that. Weird as he is. So, what do Jello and women have in common? I don't know. I have no idea. What do Jello and women have in common? You'll have to tell me, because I have no idea. Both quiver when you eat them. Well, then I got another one for you. What's the difference between pussy and parsley? Nobody eats parsley. It's a garnish. You know what you love about the GOP? Absolute nothing. I have to agree with you there. You know, I have to agree with you there for sure. Now, about that Pacific Northwest joke, you say you'll never get hungry at the beach because the sandwich is everywhere. I gotcha. So there's this geeky little accountant type with real thick horn rimmed glasses and a 3-piece suit. Goes into this lumberjack bar in the Pacific Northwest. And he climbs up on a table and he makes an announcement in the place. And the announcement is, he says, I'll bet any lumberjack in here that I can identify any wood there is, blindfolded, purely by its smell. Well, these lumberjacks have been cutting down wood all their lives, and by now, one pretty much smells like another. So they take him up on this bet, and they start passing boards under his nose. And it's like, oh, that's white pine. That's great for home projects. Oh, that's mahogany. That's great furniture wood. And this sort of thing goes on for over an hour. And he hasn't missed yet, you know. And lumberjacks are getting pretty pissed. They're losing all their fucking money to this little jerk. So they grab this old whore from the end of the bar and they drop her pants and they pass her under his nose. And he says, well, it smells a little waterlogged. Could you flip it over? So they flip her over and they pass her ass under his nose. And he gives it a sniff and he says, well, I don't know what kind of wood it is, but the last thing it was used for was the shithouse door on a tuna boat. Eaters are threatening to cancel my car's warranty. What car? I don't know. I don't own such a machine. Not that, this one. You sick man. He knew what was coming. You like that one? Stoney, you like that one? You can tell that. I see now that was told to me by a guy from Eugene, Oregon. And I think certain humor is regional. Okay. So I truly do. said, what the fuck, Eve? I gave you a garden. How am I going to get the smell out of my fish? Okay. Dog didn't think I'd ever tell that one on here, I'm sure. So, you deleted it. You deleted your message, your joke. This is a letter. I have an app that blocks robocalls. Yeah, that's a great thing. I still get messages from them. They leave a voicemail. Oftentimes the voicemail says, press this or press that, which of course it's already gone. So that's kind of cool. But yeah. God, I'm trying to think of jokes now. I didn't think I'd ever run out. Got threats about my student loan I never had. Yeah, I get those all the time. I never had a student loan either. My father-in-law used to sing a little dirty, I like to go swimming with bow-legged women, swim between their legs. Would always sing that when he was drinking at the bar I attended. Actually, my bestie's husband sings that all the time. Of course, when I see him, he's usually drunk, so that might be why. The app is Umail. Oh. Oh, that blocks the calls. That's cool. Yeah, I have one that blocks calls on my phone. Doesn't block text, though. I still get stupid texts. But I always call them out as a fraud or something when I get them. So. But yeah, Deborah, if you try that app if you want to stop them goofy calls. So I can't imagine I've run out of jokes. I guess we'll just have to chat, and when one pops in my head, I'll tell you. Okay? Because it's not like me to run out of jokes. Something's going to pop in my head sooner or later. No, I have a golfing joke. Guy runs into his buddy in the clubhouse late one afternoon. He's, hi, Fred, how you doing? Fred says, not so good. And he says, Fred, what happened to your voice? Fred says, I was out on the 7th hole, and there was a woman looking for her ball in the rough, so I thought I'd help her out. I noticed there was a cow on the other side of the fence, so I jumped over the fence to look in that area, and there was a ball stuck in the cow's ass. I lifted up the tail and I said to the woman, does this look like yours? And she hit me in the throat with a 7-iron. Anyway, that's the golfing joke, I know. Yeah, I have a beer in my head filled with jokes. You're right. I didn't say they're all going to be good jokes. So you got to give me a break here. I got one for you. What a ripoff. Alan, welcome aboard. We're telling jokes today. So there's this married couple whose sex life isn't what it used to be. And so this wife decides to spark things up a bit. So just before her husband comes home, she strips completely naked and puts on a red cape. And as he walks in the door, she jumps out and yells, "Super pussy." And he says, "I'll have the soup." So usually one joke leads to another in my head, you know. I think of one, I think of another. So this couple is sitting at the breakfast table one day, and the husband says to his wife, and he says, I bet you can't think of something that would make me happy and piss me off at the same time. And his wife says, your brother has a smaller dick than you. Yeah, I'm glad you sat by too, Alan. Well, I'm glad you like that one. Like I say, one always leads to another, it seems. So, yes, Alan, there's always good people here. If they're not good people, I dump them. Robert, welcome aboard. We're telling dirty jokes today. So, you'll have to go back and rewatch the show. Some of them are hilarious, I'm sure. Since I told them, of course, you know. So, it's my birthday. I decided not to do news because I didn't want anything depressing. It's my birthday weekend. My birthday is actually Monday. I'll be 74. So I figured I'd come on and do just happy things. So that's what we're doing, just happy stuff. Well, thank you. I don't know that I'm awesome. Ecocidal tendencies. Welcome aboard. The year you were born. Well, let's see. I was already married for 5 years by then. Sorry to say. I have a plan hanging for 4 months. I just refused to trim and jar it for some reason. Well, yada. That was sweet liberty. Yours was last Wednesday. Yeah, stay cool this summer. We should all try that. Smoked out in 74, 8th grade. 75 makes me 46, I think. Katie Bug, my Arizona sister. Liberty is awesome, growing up so fast. My sweet Colorado mountain brother. Okay. My baby turned 30. Oh. So I called my daughter last Monday. And she's coming down this Monday. We're all going to Hooters in Joliet for buffalo shrimp. So that was a surprise to me that she'd be willing to join us. So that's fun. I guess they were going to come down and surprise us. And Mrs. Spliffy told them we won't be home. So no point in doing that. I don't really hope to stay cool, but side by side, I hope to survive. Might be my last summer in this extreme thing. Oh, watching my garden get beat up by hail. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that might be better. I could be your mom. I graduated high school in 76. Well, I was class of 64. 65, excuse me. But I didn't graduate. Robert, get a taller fence. We had red, white, and blue tassels. Oh, class of 76, huh? I was wearing olive drab. By graduation time in a barracks in Kentucky, waiting to ship out. Thought about it, but you want all the sun. Oh, a higher fence. Yeah, let the sun shine in. You know. So, trying to think of another joke. There was this there was this English chap who went to Scotland on vacation. And he went out on Loch Ness in this rowboat. And he's rowing along, and suddenly one of his oars disappears under the surface. It's jerked right out of his hand, right out of the boat. So he's paddling with one oar. Oar's gone, jerked right out of his hands. So here he is out in the middle of Loch Ness with no way to paddle to shore. And he sees this Scotsman in a boat with two women, and he's rowing along. And the Englishman says to him, he says, I say, old chap, may I borrow one of your oars? And the Scotsman says, they're not oars, they're my sisters. These jokes are so detailed. Are they true? I don't know. I mean, I graduated now. Now I graduated in Kentucky. Took my GED there. Enlisted in December, took my GED in February. So I graduated high school before my class. So worked out good. I had problems at home. Couldn't concentrate in school. Plus, I was bored with what they're having me take, because I couldn't take calculus in my senior year because I did poorly in history in my junior year, which made no sense to me. So I'll work as long as they don't ask for either good for neighbors. Oh, don't ask for any. I'm sorry. They're good neighbors. Yeah, right. As long as they don't jump over the fence and pull all your shit. That's what my neighbor thought was going to happen. I had roofers over here who happened to notice his grow, and he pulled it all out. I think he thought somebody was going to call the cops on him. Talk about a sugar rush. Well, stay away from those soft drinks. You drink water or drink something hard. That's what I say. So there's this Irishman, Michael Fitzpatrick, and he goes to the doctor. The doctor says, Michael, he says, I've got some terrible news for you. He says, you've got cancer. And we've discovered it too late, and you've only got 6 months to live. So Michael goes home and he says to his son, Patrick, he says, Patrick, he said, I went to the doctor and it turns out I have cancer. He said, I've only got 6 months to live. He said, why don't you come out with me tonight and we'll celebrate my life? So they're out at the pub, and this guy O'Reilly comes over, He says to O'Reilly, O'Reilly, so my son and I are out celebrating my life. Turns out I went to the doctor today and I found out I've got the AIDS. I've only got 6 months to live. And O'Reilly says, well, let me buy you a drink. And they have a drink and O'Reilly walks away. And Michael's son says to him, why did you tell him you have the AIDS? You've got cancer. He says, well, you think I want him fucking your mother after I'm gone? Oh, yeah, we calculate history, not. That's the whole issue. Yeah, well, history's written by the winners. That's why it's his story. Hey, I forgot to track the time. So I'm late. Well, welcome aboard. You'll have to go back and rewatch the show. I told a bunch of jokes. Instead of doing the news today, it being my birthday weekend, I decided not to do news, but to just tell jokes. Gonna make some pawpaws, YouTube full wine. Oh, YouTube fruit wine. Well, I just can't see worth shit today. You like that one, huh? Well, thank you. Thank you. I'll be 74 on Monday. So if I live that long. Yeah, we'll see. See if I make it. Tune in Tuesday, see if I'm here. If there's no Tuesday show, you'll understand. I didn't make it. If I'm not on Tuesday, I'll make an announcement. But if there's no announcement and I'm not on Tuesday, then I didn't make it past Monday. So let's see. Thinking I better make it, huh? Okay. I'll do it for you. Pawpaws sit among top of the list of native wild foods. I'd like to grok with. Miss Flippy gonna shoot him and sing happy birthday to me. Yeah, it's her birthday too. Yeah, we have the same birth. I'm older though. I was born in the morning and she wasn't born until nearly midnight. So I'm the senior here in the house. She's so much younger than I am. It's really weird. Not only do we have the same birthday, but we have the same wedding anniversary as well. So that's really strange, isn't it? So now let me see. Still trying to squeeze a joke out of my head here. Rock like in Robert Heinlein's novel, Stranger in a Strange Land, about a Martian and their way. Oh. You know the song, Stranger in a Strange Land? Leon Russell? Good song. I should drink something. I'm particularly shaky today. So I don't know what the problem is. Got ashes all over me. Trying to reach into the joke noggin, find another one. I've told so many so far. You would think in 74 years I would have collected more than this. About you folks, you got any? Somebody out there? I know Katie's got another dirty joke. She must have. I trust you, Katie, to have another dirty joke somewhere in your repertoire. Well, thank you. I'll pass it on to her. You've heard a million dirty good jokes, but you can't remember any, huh? Sneakers. What else would he have? What kind of shoes does a ninja wear? Sneakers. Okay. That's funny. Well, you like that, huh? I just picked up my laptop and turned it over. I thought I'd see if I could do something silly if possible. Although what happened then is I unplugged myself from my HDMI cable and disconnected me. I had to hurry up and plug myself back in. Black high tops. There you go. The Jello one is your joke? You never remember jokes? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought I'd give it a shot. Just do something silly, you know. Came out pretty good too. The look on my face is pretty weird. So I'm glad it worked out well. So that was fun stuff. Damn, 15 minutes. Can I wait 15 minutes? Well, I know some people hear jokes and they just go in one ear and out the other, you know. But I don't know. I'm pretty good at retaining them. Why can't the word ninja be found in the dictionary? I don't know. I'm not waiting. That was enough of an encouragement for me. Okay. They're that good. I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah. What did one saggy booby say to the other saggy booby? If we don't get some support, people are going to start thinking we're nuts. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Connie. That's who you're talking about. I know just who you're talking about. Remember she had that tattoo of a hedgehog up here 20 years ago, and now you can't see it anymore? Spiny Norman. That was the hedgehog's name. And who gets a tattoo of a hedgehog? Seriously. I mean, honestly, who gets a hedgehog tattoo? I mean, not the prettiest of all animals to have tattooed on your breast. I mean, I could think of many, many other things one could put on your breast. I mean, especially now that it's closer to a belly button than it was before. You know? Think very seriously about getting a large bird pet. Oh, well, don't get a Nande conure. Okay. I had a Nande conure. And all they do is make a whole lot of fucking noise. I gave it to somebody who lived in a trailer, and they had a fire, and I think they made a point of not rescuing the bird. Okay. Not sure where her boobies stop and her belly begins, but she's willing to show you. You're right. She's still willing to show you, and she's in her 50s. I always say that I will remember that one. It's my recall that's broken. Yeah, right. That's a parakeet, right? No, it's a pretty big bird. It's bigger than a parakeet. It's a parrot. You know, it's medium size, I guess, in there, you know. So yes, Connie's certainly willing to show them to you. On Wings Wednesday, especially. Yeah. Still working for Reagan. Hedgehog tramp stamp. Yeah, it's working our way down there. Uh, so I don't know where a parrot begins and a parakeet starts, you know, stops or whatever. But a Nande conure is, I don't know, stands about 10 or 12 inches tall. Macaws are mean. Well, any of those birds are mean unless you handle them a lot. I was thinking gang cockatoo or a Mitchell's. Ah, that's a big. I'm still trying to figure out who put the bop in the bop bop shabop shabop wop. I don't know who did. Get a toucan. You did get a toucan. Did you feed it Fruit Loops? Yeah, and call him Sam. Yeah. Yeah, call him Sam and feed him Fruit Loops. I bet you'll die real quick. Big birds do not like you. And don't go on Sesame Street. You're in deep shit. You put Bop in? Oh, now you know. He answered that question for you. Now you don't have to figure it out anymore, Seeker. You can put that one behind you. Problem solved. Problem solved. So, what a relief, huh? It's over. You can move on to something else. You know, like who put his dong in the Ramalama Ding Dong? Now you can work on that one. Never been around a macaw that did not try to bite me. Oh, yeah. I went to Cypress Gardens, Florida, bought a brand new T-shirt, got my picture taken with a parrot, and he bit a hole in the fucking T-shirt. Who wrote the Book of Love? I don't know. I wonder who. I wonder who. I have no idea. They never tell you. You know, cockatoos are cool. Well, with a lot of parrots, you're talking a long commitment. Fairy tale written by a fool. Well, then stop writing them. You wrote the Book of Love, clearly. Oh, well, it wasn't that clear. Let me tell you. It's not that clear to me. And dog, you got to stop writing fairy tales. So why'd you to take it away then, Geek Sidle? World needs more bop in our bop shabop. Shawip, shawop, shawop, shawop. Like I say, now you can check. Now you can search for. You can seek out who put his dong in the next line. I forgot what the next line is. I'm so wasted. I like Turtle's been playing fetch turns into an all-day event. I don't know. Tortoises can move pretty fast in the grass. You got to rev them up on the ground a couple of times, get them going. I can't be a tiger, so I threw away the bop. Like my wild birds, wild not as exotic pets. I see. Be you then. You might learn that you are dragon. Ooh. Could roast my own wieners. Well, thank you, Fish. Welcome aboard. And we're rapidly approaching yet another 420, which I'm so grateful for since smoked the living shit out of the last cone. So I'm looking forward to this. Well, you got those wild birds. You got them right sitting in your bird bath. Katie, you're lucky. Happy 420, everybody. Maybe Tiger don't see the existing tiger for seeing another aspect. Perhaps. Hybridize. Everything we eat is hybridized. You think the cattle we get the beef from today is anything like anything that was on the planet when things got started? Or that the chicken we eat today is anything like the chicken of 100 years ago? I'm smoking result of hybridization right now. You certainly are. Nothing we eat, nothing we drink, nothing is anything like it was in the beginning. First of all, it's everything on the world's been exposed to radiation since the 40s. So again, the wheat of the week, indica dominant hybrid with a 26.56% THC. And that's what I'm smoking. And I know it's hybridized because they tell you right on the label. Oh, I got some more shit pop up. Oh, it's gone. So there's this little kid walking on his way to school one morning, and he passes his whorehouse, and sitting up in the second story window is this hooker, and she waves to him, and she says, "Good morning, little boy." And he says, "Good morning, lady." He keeps on walking to school, and he's on his way home for lunch, and she's up in the window, and she waves at him again. She says, "Hello, little boy." He says, "Hi, lady." And he's on his way back to school after lunch, and she's up in the window again, and she waves at him. Good afternoon, little boy. And he says, good afternoon, ladies. By the way, what's with this finger waving thing? And she says, well, I figure that's about the size of your pecker. So the kid's pretty mortified. He thought he was pretty well hung for the fourth grade. And all afternoon, he's trying to think of a way to get even with this woman. So he's on his way home from school, and sure enough, she's sitting up there in the window, and she waves at him again, and she goes, hi, little boy. And he goes, hi, lady. You want to smoke your Roy? I bet you do. That would be one hell of a hybrid. Super Silver Hawaiian Maui Wowie. Skunk cookies. Yeah, that would be good. I'm not finding pure sativa in any of the shops. Hard to find. All they have is indica traits. You're right. Yeah, I know pure sativas are just really hard to find. I noticed that sativas are here in the pot store too, or few in the pot here. Yeah, few here. Yeah, I know. It's really hard, and that's what I want, and I try to find as many of them as I can for the show. And on the street, it's whatever's available. So, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. Yes. Bet she ain't waving to no kids no more. So the Grand Canyon of hookers. Yeah, I knew I'd think of more. Just takes me time at this age. I have them stored in here somewhere. That one kind of hurt my lips. Them guts would sure be busted up. Find lots of sativa in shops here, but all of it has some base genetics of indica traits, which growers favor. I'm in it for the effect, not for its life cycle attributes. Yes, me too. I want something I can still be active on. I don't like being stuck in my chair all day. I want to be able to move. Once in a while, a pure sativa comes through town, but it's rare. Yeah. Well, yeah, the street weed is going to be a indica for the most part, or a hybrid indica. So in the dispensaries, there'll be one or two sativas or sativa dominant hybrids, but otherwise forget about it. They packs 3 vaporizer. No. No, I don't. Can't speak for anybody else. Some hybrids very much like, but for main thing it is meds of sativa, which have done me best. Wish to explore more what can be with it. Uh-huh. Well, you know what you got to do? You got to start growing it. You know, that's all. Grow what you want. That's what you got to do. I'm trying to increase the size of the font here. Wait a minute. That didn't work. There. Now I can read it. Now I fuck something else up. So. Whoa. Jet fuel and sour diesel are your sativa go-tos? Yeah, sour diesel is my absolute fave. I still have not got a food garden growing yet. Edible weeds claim the space as I weed out those which are not food. Ah, well, you got that going for you. You already have your edible garden going. So now I don't need these. So that's good. You got food. What are your temps like where you're at right now? Because ours are just so radical, it's unbelievable. I mean, we had, close to 100 degrees last week, and uh, yesterday and the day before it was in the low 40s. So, I mean, it's just nuts. Today it's in 60s or something. So it's just been, temperatures have just been crazy. OG strains are getting hard to find. Well, I went on the High Times site, and they sell weed and seeds and all that shit, and they'll ship to anybody anywhere in the world. But you get free shipping if you spend $1,000 or more. And it's $250 an ounce for weed. And I thought they sell weed by the ounce and the quarter pound. So I thought I'd check out their seeds. And they sell seeds by the ounce and the quarter pound. Okay. $210 an ounce for seeds, which is a good price for seeds, but if you need an ounce of them, that's one thing. But I don't know. I don't need an ounce of seeds at a time. That's a lot of seeds. And I don't know. I'd be kind of afraid to order from them. Living here in Illinois, where they're very strict about shit. Although you can grow, but you can't buy seeds. They don't sell seeds. So I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do. It's a very strange situation. But the place where I go to get my med card sells clones. So I don't know what that's about. I can't figure that one out either. So 100 degrees and 5% humidity. Interesting food to grow. And I'm excited to get to it. But things been strange and future was hazy. Still shouldn't put seeds in ground though. Still should have. Shouldn't, should have. Gotcha. Heard of it, never seen it though. I don't know. I don't know what they what they expect us to grow plants from. If we can't get seeds here, you'd think the dispensaries would start selling them. They are opening up a public smoking house in downstate Illinois, a place where you can go and actually get together with your friends and shit. Well, I know we order seeds online, but I mean, you would think that if they allowed us to grow in Illinois, that they would make accommodations for that in Illinois. If for no other reason, so that they could tax it. Okay? Because they're big on taxes in Illinois, believe me. You'd think they'd see to it that the dispensaries could sell seeds. Oh, I got to tell you, I got a weird story to tell you. I had 2 shot glasses into which I put 2 seeds in each, okay, to soak for planting on Wednesday under the full moon. So I went to take them out to plant them. And when I took the 2 shot glasses down, there were 2 seeds in one shot glass, but only 1 seed in the other shot glass. So I don't know where the seed fucking disappeared to. Okay. But there were definitely 2 seeds in each shot glass when I put them on the shelf. Now, then I went to plant them. And I took one of the seeds out of the shot glass and I put it in the solo cup and it disappeared. Okay. I couldn't see it in the surface of the solo cup. It just fucking vanished. So I just watered it and put it in my grow room. Okay. So we'll see where in the cup it comes up, if at all. But so I don't know. So maybe I'll get some plants. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I have no idea what the fuck happened there. But I'm so glad I made the chat larger. It's so much easier to read now. It was, wow. What genius. Got so many seeds that when I get to planting them, I intend to plant some for rabbit and deer and whoever wants some. I do like sharing back to nature, but also they have theirs and we ours. Jumping seeds. Hello. Okay. Are you back? Is that it? Maybe watering a cup of dirt. I may be. We'll see what happens. You know, maybe it slipped down the edge or something. I don't know. We'll see. If something grows, I'll be happy. You know. We'll just take my chances. I'm sure it went in a cup. At least I thought it did. But, well, you know, what can you do? Nice scrap of dirt. Yeah. And then again, I don't know how long to wait because last time it took forever for some of those seeds to come up. You see the wild foragers foraging on wild foods at home. I ate many of those foods too. I do not see them as, now I'm just stoned. I do not see them as competing for my food. Indeed, they assist the grow, and it was they who planted this planted seed. Yeah. Okay. You're just sharing. It's nature's way. Okay. Okay. It's keeping these eyes open. That's the problem. See, this one they stitched shut. The lashes get in the way when I get stoned. See, it starts to close too much. And I mean, this one's okay. The unfortunate thing is, this is the one I see long distance with. So the one where the lashes get in the way, that's my close distance eye. So it makes it hard to read the screen. I guess I could make the chat full screen size, and then because I don't need to see me, I know what I look like, and it's not that pleasant a sight anyhow. So then I could read it even if this eye was shut. But when I get stoned, this lid gets heavy. Well, they both do, but you know, what can I say? Especially this indica shit. But anyhow. So, and that's what I'm talking about. Whatever that means. So anybody got plans for the holiday? And like when deer browse the thimbleberry plants in spring, they're not lessening the harvest of berry. In fact, more berry comes because their pruning and stimulated the plant to grow more. I see. That makes sense. That entirely makes sense. No plans. Well, like I say, it's our birthday Monday, so we're going for buffalo shrimp at Hooters. One of my favorite things. I love buffalo shrimp in a pitcher of Heineken. So, but if I plant human foods, the wild animals are sure to come and take all. So I will grow some for them and see how it goes. I see. Yeah, well, guess that's why they build fences, huh? That's a problem a neighbor of mine and I had with an outdoor grow we did here some years back, is that the deer would come along and eat it. We hid it so well from humans, but the deer would come along and eat it. He had to crawl into where it was located. Yeah, is thimbleberry jam a thing? Rabbits are as bad as deer. Oh, I know. That's probably my bestie has. She has rabbits galore in her yard. And they don't even fear her dogs. They just sit right there. You know, her dogs go out. Blood meal. I'll have to tell her. What about that, Seeker? Can you make thimbleberry jam? I'll have to tell her about the blood meal. Yeah. Still trying to think of jokes, and nothing's coming across. I must have run out. So I think maybe I'm going to wrap things up. And it's been a fun birthday, though. And thanks for all the birthday wishes. And I'll pass the wish on to Mrs. Spliffy, Katie. Thimbleberry jam is most definitely a thing. Though I've heard and read people say that they don't find enough of it. Among foraging range, I find plenty, as well as big patch grows at home. Ah, gotcha. Well, remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. And I'm sure I'll find some artist or another to do on Tuesday. So tune in and we'll see what happens. All right. Thanks. I will. And love y'all. Come on back. Okay. Okay. See you around.